What's going on, people? Um, to give myself something to do, I'm going to read directly from the Bible. The video is entitled, What? Why am I reading the Bible? Why am I reading the Bible? Okay, we're going to find out. Those of us who believe in, like, you can't, the main focus of this book is to talk about slavery, where it come from, who did it. Yeah, the so-called white man. Um, the focus of everything, the whole Bible. The Jews is black. The real Jews are black. The original Jews. Now, over time, they had this mixing that came in. So it's important for us to understand why those things happen. Let's go. I want to try to give you a general idea of how Judah and the northern kingdom end up splitting. The northern kingdom would be Ephraim, and we're going to show how those things. I want to give an example and show you how they became separated. You know, during the days of Hezekiah the king, they people worship different things. When Israel fell off, because Israel was supposed to have uh, kept the law of God, but since they did not remain faithful to the covenant of God, they went off and they started worshiping what the other nations was doing, and they lost their original name. And I want to at least try to make an example out of that. Let's look at uh, First Kings. Yeah, First Kings 11, chapter 11, verse 1. It says, now remember, King Solomon is a black man. Look what the Bible said. But First Kings chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, that's the Chinese, the Ammonites, and the Edomites, that's the so-called white man, Esau, the Zebedites, the Ze- the Zidonian, the Zidonians, the Zidonians, and the Hittites, that's Africans. Okay, that's African. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon cleave unto these in love. Now notice it says, for surely, verse 2, for surely they will turn away your heart. after, that means your heart means your mind. In your heart after other gods. Solomon cleaved. Now he says they will turn away your heart after other gods. Because you know Israel worshiped many different gods when they strayed away from God. So Solomon cleaved unto these in love. And he had 700 wives and princes and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart. Now, according to the Bible, when Solomon was into all that type of stuff, it says heart was turned away from his heart was turned away. He had 700 concubines, 60 concubines, in other words, and 700 wives and 300 concubines. A concubine is a person, supposedly, they say, that is not a full Israelite woman. So these were not Israelite women. For it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David, his father. For Solomon went after Ashtaroth, that's Easter, and the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Micaiah, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord. Now Solomon was a king now. He was an Israelite from the uh, tribe of Judah, and went not fully after the Lord as did David his father. Then did Solomon build an high place for Chemosh, the abomination of Moab, that's the Chinese, and the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech. Molech, that's a those were other gods that children of Israel sacrificed their children to. Like Molech, the spiritual Molech would be America, and the abomination of the children of Ammon, and likewise did he for all his strange wives, which burnt incenses and sacrifices unto their gods. And the Lord was angry with Solomon because his heart was turned away from the Lord God of Israel, which had appeared unto him twice. And he had commanded him concerning this thing that he should not go after other gods, but he kept not that which the Lord commanded. This is what a lot of our people are doing, bro. He didn't even keep that which the Lord commanded. Now, this is how, let's go to verse 16. I think this might be somewhat in here. Because it's going to say there was a split between King Solomon and Jeroboam. It might be chapter 14. Let's read 1 Kings chapter 14 and verse 18. And they burnt him, and they buried him in all Israel, and mourned for him, according to the word of the Lord, which he spake by the hand of his servant Ahijah the prophet. And the rest of the acts of Jeroboam, how he warred and how he reigned, Behold, are they not written in the book of the chronicles of the kings of Israel? And the days which Jeroboam had reigned were 22 years, and he slept with his fathers, and Nebijah his son reigned in his stead. That's going into rulership. Now, reign, yeah, that's another word for rulership. Um, and the days of Jeroboam reign were and 20 years, and he slept with his father. That means they buried. All of them died. They buried them in the same, in the same place, just like when our father died. When they all buried them in the same place, like they do today. Somebody asks them, they'll say, "What do you want to be? You want them to be buried?" Well, I want all my family. They'll say, "I want them all to be buried in one place, location." And Rehoboam, the son of Solomon, reigned in Judah. Rehoboam was 40. Rehoboam was 41 years old when he began to reign, and he reigns 17 years in Jerusalem, the city which the Lord did chosen out of all of the tribes of Israel to put his name there. And his mother's name was Namat, and the Ammonites. And Judah did evil. Now that's talking about the blacks, so-called blacks. And Judah did evil in the sight of the Lord, and they provoked him to jealousy with with their sins, which they had committed, above all that their fathers had done. For they also built them high places and images and groves. Now, this is going into the reason why the northern kingdom split up and Judah split on every high hill and under every green tree. And there were also sodomites, sodomites in the land. That's something like homosexuality, I think, stuff like that. And they did according to all the abominations of the excuse me of the nations which the Lord cast out before the children of Israel. And it came to pass in the 5th year of King Rehoboam that Shishak king of Egypt came up against Jerusalem, you know, and he took away the treasures of the house of the Lord and the treasures of the king's house. He took even all away all, and he took away all the shades of, of gold which Solomon had made. Now, the part that I wanted to get to, and I think I'm falling asleep, and I don't want to like lose that, but I want to come back and I want to read. We're gonna read some things about how they kept the commandments of God and how they, you know what I'm saying, linked the part where I was talking about how there was a split between the two, Benjamin, Judah, and Benjamin and Levi. You know, um, yeah. So that's what I want. I want to link the part where the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, and the northern kingdom had it was a split between Solomon, King Solomon, and in the tribe of Ephraim in the Bible. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back, and this video is entitled "Why Are You Reading the Bible to Me?" So I'm out.